Hey guys, it's me, Murmaider, with my buddy here, Hell22.
Totally didn't know he was gonna do that.
Something funny over there, Hell22?
No, nothing at all.
What's problem?
What's problem? See, they don't even know why that's funny. Fair enough.
So we don't have Chester with us tonight.
No, but we do have his catchphrase.
We do.
Fair enough.
And
that's actually all we're gonna do. That's the podcast. We're gonna just lay out one-liners all night. Surprise! All right. Wow.
Well, I talked to the Scenario recently.
Oh yeah.
See if maybe he'd like to get on the podcast one of these nights, and of course he still needs to finish his stump fiddle that he talked about last time he was here. And he said he's got to get the pieces to it, and once he gets that on, hopefully he'll be able to play us a song, maybe.
Lazy fuck.
Yep. And duct tape, I haven't seen duct tape in years. Can't even call him duct tape anymore because his car, he's got a new car. His old car doesn't have, or his new car's not going to have any duct tape on it.
Well, I'm sure he'll put a piece on there just for sentimental value.
Just to keep the name.
But anyway, we digress.
So, tonight we have a couple of interesting reviews for you guys that we just want to go over that we recently did this past week. Hell22, you did a band called East of the Wall.
You know, whenever you say I did a band, people are going to think I'm like some groupie or something, but I wrote a review for the band East of the Wall.
Oh, I thought you... Nah, never mind.
No. The new East of the Wall album came out. It's called The Apologist. For those of you who don't know, East of the Wall was a band formerly known as The Postman Syndrome, formerly known as Day Without Dawn, formerly known as everything you could imagine. But now they're East of the Wall. They are actually on Translation Loss, which is the same label that has my buddy Giant Squid, that fucking great band that I love so much. Oh. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about Giant Squid. We're going to talk about East of the Wall. This is a really good sludge album. That's the best thing I can say about it. But it's got a lot of like real good subtleties. It's not like a traditional sludge where it's just kind of like slamming chords and crashing drums and that's it. There's some melodic vocals, a little more intricate guitar work. Something that's interesting about the album, they have 3 guitar players. So now just imagine what you can do with guitar parts when you have 3 people contributing. Yeah. So this guy could be chugging while this guy's doing a solo and this guy's playing just chords. It makes for this immense wall of sound, which I really, really enjoyed. I've liked this band, and I have all their other albums, and I like them all, but I think this might be my favorite. And I really think that it's something you should listen to. It's, sludge, but a little bit smoother.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, like silky smooth sludge. A lot of S's in there. Plus, they're from New Jersey, and I can't think of many good things that come out of Jersey. I can think of a lot of bad things that have come out of Jersey. 9s and 10s that have come out of Jersey, but yeah. So definitely check it out. East of the Wall, The Apologist.
All right.
Pretty fucking good. Now, Murmaider. You there, guy, did a review for a band called Crom.
Yep.
You gotta say it like that, though. Crom.
Cram.
Not Crom.
Yeah, the name of the album is Of Love and Death, and it's a pretty good description of what the album sounds like. It's gorgeous, but at the same time, it's slower, not depressive, but just sad. And the melodies are down-tempoed, and what I really liked about the album was that the recording was very clear, and the vocals were great. The performance was excellent. They weren't anything crazy like high-pitched singing or anything like that, or hitting crazy notes or anything, but I don't know, I just felt like it was a solid recording, a solid performance, and it's just clean singing. But the album itself is a mixture of power metal and a little bit of Viking metal mixed together. But there's a lot of heavy guitars that switch over to like a slower acoustic style. At the same time, they actually go back and forth a lot, which I really like. They contribute the acoustic guitar often throughout most of the album. But there's a lot of different solos that are mixed between the electric guitar and the acoustic guitar. I love hearing acoustic solos. I really like the sound of them, and they're like soothing, but at the same time they're very they sound so detailed, and it was really good.
The Grandpa's guitar.
But I would definitely check this out. It's I've been listening to it a lot lately, and I think you'd like it. They're from Germany.
You know you love those Germans.
Now you have another one that you reviewed.
Yes.
And the band's name is Nemesea.
Yes.
I think that's.
We're gonna go with that. This band is fucking great. That's it.
That's it.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Fair enough.
I knew nothing about this band going into listening to this album, and I was absolutely blown away. And I don't want to take away from the band that we're going to discuss shortly, but this is going to be one of my top female-fronted symphonic metal albums of the year.
Really?
Absolutely unbelievable. Lead singer's name is Manda, and I'm totally going to butcher the last name because they're from the Netherlands. They're Dutch. Her name is Manda
Don't curse at me.
Office. We'll go with that. I don't know. I'm sorry if you ever hear this. Don't hate me. We're so uncultured. We don't pronounce stuff very well. But anyway, this album is absolutely great. The name of the album is The Quiet Resistance. And I will tell you that when you get around to listening to the album, just ignore the first track. Because it's kind of this weird beat, and the male singer, HJ, is kind of doing this whispering, almost growl, like something straight out of Godsmack or something. And I was like, oh, I want to listen to this album, but if it's like this, I'm going to be so pissed off. Oh, this is terrible. And then the first track kicks in, Caught in the Middle, and I felt great. She can sing. They got a lot of the electronic and symphonic elements to it. Great job on the keyboard. Synthesizers are great. The drumming, fantastic. There's one thing you're going to notice, and that is that there is a definite similarity to Within Temptation. Now, they're also from the Netherlands, so I guess it makes sense. Female-fronted metal band from the Netherlands. But the comparison will be there. I used it several times in the review because it's undeniable, but Nemesea manages to separate themselves from that. They do such a great job. Every song just has so many layers on top of layers, and it's so well executed. One of the problems I had, and it's not even a problem, I guess, is that you get to a point, we've discussed this before, where lyrics become predictable. You know how the rhyme scheme is going to work. Right. They're going to say be, and they're going to rhyme it with, the, and, that bothers me sometimes, but that didn't even bother me on this album. Yeah. And the rhyme scheme is predictable, but mainly because the lead singer has said numerous times she wants her lyrics to be honest. So she's writing from the heart. She's not trying to doll it up and make it something it's not. So definitely check this out. If you like female-fronted metal, this is the way to go. And we were talking before about some of our favorite female-fronted metal bands. And I got to say that after this effort, they could very well make it right in there for me. Yeah. One last thing I want to mention, the finale on the album is a song called, I assume it's supposed to be Alien. It's Allein, but either way. It kind of starts with this almost techno beat, reminds me of the old X-Files theme song. And you know who does guest vocals on there?
Who?
The dude from Rammstein. All of a sudden, he's got that deep German, I was like, is that is? And then she comes in singing, and it was great. It's such a great song, such a fun song, but really, really heavy. I have nothing bad to say about this album whatsoever. So make sure you check it out, The Quiet Resistance. And then, the other album I had this week was this band Timesailor. And I don't want to talk about them for very long. They're from Turkey. The music is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. It's like Dream Theater on drugs.
Yeah.
That some of it's so fast and so powerful. The first 8 songs are part of the Dream Walker story. And while the instrumentation is great, lyrically, not into it. The vocals were just too much. I think they tried to do too much storytelling in the vocals, and they really
took away from the music.
Yeah, took away from the music. So the first 8 songs are that, and then there's 3 more songs at the end that are not related to that. And the same thing. The vocal performances, the male vocals, I was not a fan of at all. The female vocals, I think she's a great singer, just trying to do too much. And I think that's unfortunate because, look at Dream Theater. James LaBrie is just kind of there. When you see them live, he knows to just get off the stage and just let people do their thing. On the albums, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's a 13-minute song, and only 2 minutes of that has vocals.
Yeah.
So maybe this band needs to get down that road, but, you know, it's encouraging.